Hello YouTubers, I'm Raven and welcome to my first video. Today I will show you my elevator design. It's 7 wide and 8 long with some spaces here and here. And now I'll show you how it works. To go up, you press the buttons on this block, or you can walk through the pressure plate, which is what I prefer, onto this block. Voila! And now to go down, press the button here. I'm really proud of this design, and it's my first redstone project. The downloads and schematics are in the description below if you want to try this out. Now, on to how the elevator works. The elevator works based on this module, whereby a piston pushes out, a sticky piston pushes out another sticky piston, which then receives a 1 tick signal from this pulse limiter and pushes out the block. So, like this, retracting it and extending it. This works based on the principle that when a sticky piston receives a 1 tick pulse, it extends the block without retracting it. Now I'll move on to the tutorial. Note that whatever I build can be mirrored if need to be, and this build works best when facing west. Once again, the area you need is 7 by 8, but you do not need the area indicated by the blue wool. So you will need the space on the first level, and second level you will need. First, you have to place your pistons, and this build will be 9 levels, which will require 10 pistons. So first one here, and your subsequent ones, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, and subsequently put the rest of the pistons like this. And note that the first piston does not need another piston pushing it out, since it will not interfere with the subsequent pistons. Next, for the base, put some repeater as shown. This is to provide some delay so that it can settle in to your elevator. And the subsequent ones is because at each level the pistons require 4 ticks of delay, and thus it takes 4 ticks to get up each level. Then you want to build your first pulse limiter to activate this piston, and to do so you will want the torch to be 1 block higher than where the piston is, like this. So you activate it, and to build the pulse limiter, it will look like this. Place the 3 blocks around this block, and one here with a torch here and redstone to deactivate this torch, and then the repeater, which will be set on 3 ticks. Next, for the base, put some repeater as shown. This is to provide some delay so that it can settle in to your elevator. And the subsequent ones is because at each level the pistons require 4 ticks of delay, and thus it takes 4 ticks to get up each level. Then you want to build your first pulse limiter to activate this piston, and to do so you will want the torch to be 1 block higher than where the piston is, like this. So you activate it, and to build the pulse limiter, it will look like this. Place the 3 blocks around this block, and one here with a torch here and redstone to deactivate this torch, and then the repeater, which will be set on 3 ticks. This pulse limiter is a rising edge detector, whereby it will send out a 1 tick pulse when the signal gets to it. It works based on this torch turning off, allowing this torch to turn on for one tick, and then the repeater will send the signal to turn this torch after one tick. Add these blocks in so that the signal can reach this pulse limiter, and your next pulse limiter will be at this height, and the torch will be here, the block being here. So torch is here. Then you add in the blocks like this and this. So 3 redstone, your second torch, and a repeater at setting 3, and this block is to activate the piston, push out the second sticky piston. Then you go on to build the rest of your pulse limiters like this, and note that this block here must either be glowstone, an upside down half slab, or an upside down ladder, so that you still can place redstone here but not block off the redstone signal here. And you add in your torch, redstone, your repeater, block, and second torch, and the block here, so that the signal can be sent to this piston, and once again an upside down half slab so that this signal will not be cut off here, and you repeat the same process on the other side. Once again, think this here, and upside down half slab here, block here, your 3 redstone, the repeater, the 2 torches, and the 3 blocks, with one of them being upside down half slab to activate the piston, and you keep repeating this left and right until the last one. Now for the last two, and firstly, sorry for the mistake, these two shouldn't be here. This is 11 now, yes, 10, like this. Okay, so for the last two blocks here, 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 half slab, 3 redstone, the repeater, first torch, second torch, and the blocks. And for this last level, you do not need a half slab here. And on this side, like this, okay, the 3 redstone, your repeater, torch here and here, and for this last level, place it, and then blocks here and here, and place in the redstone. And now you want to add glass here above all the torches. Make sure that it's a transparent block, so as to prevent you from falling out sideways when you're taking the elevator. Now we'll go on to signal transmission. I've done a lot of research for this, and I find that the best way to do it is the foolproof method, by simply using repeaters to spiral the signal down. So place a block here, repeater on 4 ticks as explained previously, and then blocks here, here, redstone, and repeater, and then spiral it down in a similar manner. And the next repeater will be here, which is quite hard to place, like there. Yep. And for convenience sake, just place it maybe from the bottom up, so like repeater here, next one here, so next one will be here, next one will be here, and then don't place this final one as it won't be needed, and then the outer ring of repeaters. So redstone, repeaters, remember 4 ticks, then repeat, now the signal going down is done. We'll do the signal going up, which is a bit tricky because it might interfere with the signal going down. So once again, the foolproof method of spiraling the signal, remembering that this is 4 tick. Now to send the signal there, you simply put a repeater here, like this, so that the signal is unidirectional, and then go up to the next level with redstone here, here, and repeater here, and then going on to the next level. And now a half slab is needed here to make sure these signals can still go up, and redstone here, here, repeater here, and for convenience sake you can place all these repeaters first, or you can settle this section first. So keep going up, remembering to place half slab at the end. Then 2 redstone, repeater, 2 blocks, half slab, 2 redstone, repeater at 4 ticks, and keep repeating all the way up. Now, so this being the last level, you have to watch out that the signal would go down here again, since there's nothing stopping it. So you must place 1 block here to prevent that from happening, or you interfere. And now I'll place all these repeaters like here and here. So repeater, repeater, block, another block, the repeater here, just 1 tick, and the last repeater here. Now that the signal going up is settled, noting that this last piston isn't fired off, we'll go work on the activating mechanism. So first, the block you'll stand on would be here. Place a block here, here, and a block of sand here, a piston here, and obsidian or furnace here, and maybe here if you want to. These blocks are to prevent the blocks from being displaced if an error occurs. Then place a block here, block here, here, redstone dust, and a transparent block here to make the floor flat. You can use glowstone if you want, and a block here. So the pressure plate goes here, and the buttons here, and if you want one here, activating the signal which goes to the back and starts up the elevator. Now if you have noticed, the signal going up doesn't activate the last piston, and the signal coming down doesn't activate this piston. Now the reason for that is because of this sand block, which I find to be necessary because in this older model of the elevator, you often glitch into the block and you're going up. So this having one sand or gravel block under this block makes the elevator more stable. Now going up on this elevator should be working fine now, and this is just some polishing up to allow you to get up to the elevator, some steps. and nice platform. So now you can enter your elevator, and it should get you to this height, and just made a nice platform out like this. And for me, I prefer to put glass here and here so you can stand here nicely, and then here and here, and place a block here with a button. Now this is the firing mechanism for going down, and you place a block here, here, and one block up here like this, and you put redstone, a repeater at 4 ticks, a block here, and a sticky piston with a block like this, and redstone here. So what this does is it cuts off the signal 4 ticks later, such that the pistons will fire off once at a time, and BUD would not, the block update detectors will not interfere. Next, connect it like this, for repeater at 4 ticks. Now that the mechanism for going down is done, this is a small add-on for cases whereby you're stuck down here with the block being up there. You would want to be able to send a signal up to where the block is to bring it down, and you do it like so. Now this is not necessary, but I guess it would help if the need arises, and it's just a simple system so that you can bring your block down. Okay, now to try out the elevator again. And now going down. And it works. Now, some interesting add-ons to your elevator could be these ladders here, which called service elevators. In case if anything goes wrong, you can always fix your elevator easily. And there's some here too. And one thing I like is putting lanterns like next to these torches, so that when you get to the appropriate level, the lanterns will light up, creating this nice effect, especially if your friends are watching you going up the elevator. And another cool thing about this elevator is it allows the transport of minecarts like this, and then you simply have to push the button and you send it going up, and it stays up there, which will make quite a cool system for vertical minecart traveling. And then you can bring it back down again, and it works perfectly fine. I've also been trying to find a way to stop the elevator at certain heights, like maybe drawing the signal out to stop the pulse limiter from going off, but so far I've not really found a very good way of doing so. Now, I've spent months, literally months, working on this elevator, especially because of all the problems it gave me. Well, the most prominent problem, as faced by most redstoners, is the north-south quirk. The north-south quirk is this interesting quirk whereby redstone torches, when facing north and south, instead of taking 1 tick to turn on and off, they instantly turn on and off. So, well, this would have been good, like it's a nice exploit, but the north-south quirk is really seemingly random. The timing of the pulse limiters keeps screwing up. Like normally this needs 3 ticks, but you need 2 ticks for it to work when the north-south quirk comes in. And this is really annoying. Like my elevator would just crash halfway, and there's no way to predict whether or not, or no surefire way to get rid of the north-south quirk. Like as seen here in the demo, this pulse limiter is actually having the repeater setting on 2 instead of 3, yet it works. But if I were to set this to 3, it works when retracting, but it stops working when extending. So the north-south quirk would just cause the repeater settings all over the elevator to mess up. And the odd thing is, sometimes it will work when I turn off Minecraft and log in again, and sometimes it wouldn't, which is really frustrating. This is also why the elevator works best when facing west, because of the quirk, and the other directions just don't work very well. And many redstoners face this problem, including one of the YouTubers, Cube Hamster. When he's building his elevator, he's faced the same problem. And with the upcoming 1.5, where the north-south quirk is eliminated, it's kinda sad, because we'll never find out why exactly it occurs or how it works. It's a pity, because I personally like the north-south quirk because of nice exploits like this. This is a better model of a pulse limiter, and it's small, it's simple, it makes use of the north-south quirk, and it does exactly the same thing. Voila. And yeah, so it's quite a waste. One possible solution that I found while playing around is that if you replace this block with a lantern, it seems to work, but once again, sometimes it doesn't work either. And then another problem this elevator faces is, if you notice, when the signal is going up, yes, now watch, all these pistons remain extended because of block update detectors, and they only retract when the final piston retracts, which is kinda annoying cause you need to wait very long, especially for this uber tall elevator, before you can use it again. One more thing to note is that to prevent interference from the north-south quirk, I try to make all the signals coming in from the same direction, because for some reason the updating of the redstone, depending on the direction the signal is coming from, affects the north-south quirk. Now, things I love about my elevator is the stable footing it gives. Like, it's one of the elevators whereby it's hard to glitch through the blocks or fall out the sides, and yet you can easily jump out whenever you wish to. Also, it gives a really wide view, both on the way up and on the way down, even with the lamps blocking. And there's just this very unique and special thing about the system in which the elevator used, and I love the hipster feel it gives, whereby there's a piston extending out, as if like there is no piston under the original block. And yeah, it's one of the things why I love to build this elevator. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I'm sorry if I stuttered a bit during the video, and goodbye to you all. Hope to see you soon. Now I'll show you the gold elevator, which goes all the way to 256. Enjoy the ride.